Welcome guys. In this video I'm going to share with you some of my payouts since I decided to transition into day trading. I was digital marketing for like 5 years, so I decided to actually transition into day trading. So in this video I'm going to show you some of the payouts I've received since the last 5 months trading synthetics. Yes, so and much more, not just the payout. I'm going to share with you the strategy. In fact, there are just two strategies that I've tested that have been working for me. So I'm going to share with you the strategy so that you can actually implement it. It took me about 6 months before I could actually discover this particular strategy. So I'm going to share it with this in this video. But guys, I really want you to support me by just subscribing. Just click the subscribe button so that you can actually be receiving content like this from me, because I'm going to be documenting my journey. Like I said, I was into digital marketing, so I'm just transitioning to day trading, and this is like my 14th month. So I'm documenting my journey, and I want to share with you hands on every single thing I'm doing and what is working and what is not working. So thank you so much in advance. So let's dive into the video. So now I want to show you some of my payout since I started trading Deriv. I told you guys that I used to be a digital marketer before, so I just switched. I'm transitioning into the trading. So these are some of the payouts I've actually gotten since I started trading Deriv. So although these are some, not everyone, but let me just show you some. So now you can see that July, because I started this is my 14th month trading in trading fully, but this is like my 5th month trading synthetic, because I had to switch from forex to synthetic. So you can see this is my first payout was $20, right? You can see I requested withdrawal. You can see my name there, Micheal. You can see my name. Then my second payout was $30. You can see second payout $30, and let's do the next payout. My next payout $30. You can see. Let's move. I requested a $50 there, got it declined. I think I later withdrew it, so $50 got declined. Let's see. Okay, look at it. I later withdrew it successfully. You can see my name right here. So let's move to the next one. These are some of the payouts I actually requested. $10, $21. You can see here $21. $21. There's another one I requested like about 65. Can you see $65 declined? The reason why Deriv declined this money is because they asked me to use the method for which I actually use in depositing. So I wanted to move this money to my Bybit account. That's why they actually declined it. So guys, you can see that these are some of the payments that I made. So these are some of the payouts I've received for the last 5 months. I started trading synthetic market. Now previous months that I've been trading forex, I wasn't able to do any withdrawal. So but I started trading Deriv, started trading synthetics, and in 5 months I started making a couple of withdrawals. Yes, that doesn't mean I'm profitable as I should. I'm not yet profitable, like I said. So I'm like in my breakeven stage, still trying to backtest a lot of things, but I found what works in terms of strategy. So I found what works, and I'm going to share with you guys in this next video that I'm going to share with you guys in this next video. Alright, so this is a quick one. So let's quickly dive into our chart. So let me quickly so now in this video I actually want to share how I take my trades using the supply and demand zone. There are just two strategies that I implement whenever I come to the chart, that I ensure two things I always want to look out for whenever I'm on the chart to ensure that I take take a trade. So the first one is liquidity sweep, and second one is supply and demand zone. So first of all, what I want to do is whenever I open my charts like this, the first thing I do is my top down analysis, and my top down analysis starts from the 24 hours. I've already marked up my chart here just to ensure that this video is not long. You can see that I already mark up my chart. So this is VIX 10 and this is 24 hours. Now I come to the 24 hours. I want to know the direction of the market. I want to know where the market has been I want to know where the market has been trending for the last 24 hours. So you want to ensure that you know that. So you can see that the market has been on bullish, and first of all, I want to know where I want to mark up my demand zones and supply zones. This is very important. On the higher time frame, you want to mark up your demand zones and supply zones. So you can see that on my 24 hours here, you can see that this particular buy move that started here, this is the buy liquidity that got swept. So the buy liquidity got swept here, and it triggered the demand. It triggered the demand. So buyers took over. So now you want to pay attention to that. Then now, why did the market start selling here? You also want to understand that. Okay, why did the market suddenly, the moment the market got to this point, it starts selling downwards? You can see that now. Why? Because there is, let me switch our time frame to 8 hours. So whenever I'm on the chart like that, I want to ensure that I analyze it hourly, right? So you want to move down to 8 hours, because you must understand what the market is doing before you can take your trade. So now, why did the market decide to move at this particular point? Why did the market decide to move at this particular point? Let me mark up that point so that you guys can see. Why did the market decide to move at this particular point? Why did the market decide to move at this particular point? So let me mark it out. So now, why did the market decide to move at this particular point? So it's very important that why did the market decide to move at this particular point? It's very important that you pay attention and you discover that now there is a supply zone here. Whether you like it or not, what validates a supply is a break of structure. Yes, the only way you can actually recognize a valid supply zone is there are two things you must look out for to actually recognize a valid supply zone. Number one is a break of structure, and number two is that particular zone must create fair value gaps. So these are the two things you want to look out for: a break of structure. Liquidity sweep is also a confirmation of a supply zone or a demand zone, but these two things must be there: a break of structure and fair value gaps. So now, the moment price move up and go to this particular, you can see where I mark this place that I actually pointed this arrow. Price will go to that point and tap into. This is a major break of structure. That is, this is a sell side liquidity. This is a sell side liquidity. You can see that this is a sell side liquidity that price actually tapped into. So this particular part, it's a demand. Why? Because there's a break of structure that validates this demand. It's a supply rather. There's a break of structure that validates this supply zone. You can see the break of structure here. Let me mark it so that you guys can see it. You can see the break of structure here. Let me mark it so that you guys can see it. So easy. You can see that break of structure. You can see. So that break of structure, this break of structure here is what validates this supply zone here. That's why when price got there, you can see when price got there, price actually was pushed down. Now, what did I notice? The moment price pushed down, normally this price is supposed to be moving up, but price tap into the supply and begin to push down. Now, the moment price push down, one of the things you must notice is this: there's a change of character on this chart. There's a change of character. Normally, price started as an uptrend, but tapped into the supply and immediately changed character. Why did I say there's a change of character? Why did I say there's a change of trend here? Why? Because there's a change of character. Now, what validates the change of character is price begin to break structure towards the downside. You can see price begins to break structure towards the downside. You can see the structure. I actually pointed the structures. Let me use my arrow to point out again. You can see this structure. I mark my structure, these blue lines. You can see that price begin to break structure towards the downside. Price begin to break structure towards the downside. And let me duplicate this one so that you can see this. You can see price begin to break structure towards the downside. You can see. So this change of character here, automatically means buyers are no longer in the market. So what we want to look out for now, we want to start looking out for sell opportunities. At this point, we want to look out for sell opportunities. Now, because the market does not. Now, because the market makers are very wise, right? You can see that price began, when moment price pushed down, price began to move up again. Now, because that is how the market behaves. The market behaves from one point of one demand zone to from one point of supply zone to the point of demand zone. Yes, and price is always attracted to liquidity. Guys, don't forget this one. Price is always attracted to liquidity. So now price needed to push up a little bit. So now we want to narrow down. Let's move down to like 4 hours so that we can see what happened. Why did price decide to move up and tap into this supply zone that I marked? This supply zone that I marked, let me use my arrow again. This particular supply zone that I marked, can you see? So now this supply zone that I marked, now why did price decide to tap into the supply zone and start pushing downwards, guys? So now we want to know that. So let's narrow down to like 4 hours. So now 4 hours, we can see that now we can see that there is a supply here. Not just a supply. If you narrow down again, let's say like 1 hour, because we want to look at, there's something like liquidity around this zone. Let me delete this arrow because it's bigger now. So now what can you see here? You can see that there's liquidity here, right, guys? You can see here there's liquidity. Now let me mark up the liquidity. So now let me mark the liquidity. There's liquidity here. Why? Because now what creates this liquidity? What validates this liquidity? What validates liquidity? Now there's a sweep. Price swept up and pushes down and created a liquidity that price later comes back to actually what to take out. Now price must always liquidity always attracts price. You want to pay attention to that. Liquidity always attracts price. So that's why price actually got into this point, right? Tapped into it and started pushing down again. Now what we want to look here for is sell. We always want to look out for sell opportunities, and you can see that in this particular trade I took sell. Let me narrow down because my entry is on 5 minutes. So you want to push down. Let's move down a little bit. So my entry is on 5 minutes, guys. This is very important. This is very powerful, guys. This is very, very powerful. You want to pay attention to this. So my entry is on 5 minutes. Now the moment, because I knew that price took out liquidity in the first place, I knew that this is a downtrend. This is not an uptrend, right? So I was looking for a supply zone. Now I said in the previous place, in the previous a few minutes ago, I said what validates your supply, what validates your supply zone and demand zone is break of structure, guys. You want to pay attention to this. Break of structure is what validates it. Break of structure, guys. Break of structure. So if you look at here, you will see that this is where this is my POI that I marked up. You can see that there's a break of structure there. So let me highlight that break of structure again. You can see that there's a break of structure there. Our BOS is here. You can see. So you can see that there's a break of structure around that zone, guys. You can see that there's a break of structure there. So which validates our supply, automatically validates our supply. So I knew that price is going to get into that range and give me my confirmation. Now how do I get in? Look at my confirmation, guys. Your confirmation will always, you want to pay attention to this. Your confirmation, your entry confirmation must always give you an engulfing candle. A bearish engulfing candle. A bearish engulfing candle. You can see a bearish engulfing candle that price gave us. A bearish engulfing candle that price gave us here, guys. Let me mark it up. You can see a bearish engulfing candle, guys. You can see that that bearish engulfing candle is our entry confirmation. This means that there is price has tapped into the supply zone and there is enough sellers in the market, and this is where I took my entry. So you want to ensure that you can see that price continue to move downwards until it hits our take profit. Now our take profit here is the sell side, the buy side liquidity, the buy side, the swing low, this particular swing low. That's where our take profit is. So guys, in the next video I'm going to share with you more into this strategy and how you can actually look out for liquidity sweep and supply and demand. Thank you so much, guys. I really hope you found value in that particular video. Like I said, I want to make this channel more a documentation of my journey, my trading journey, so that other people that are in probably in my shoe can also learn one or two things. I'm going to be so transparent. I'm going to share every single thing that have been working for me, and I hope you guys find value in this particular video. Please, I would like you to please subscribe to this channel and help me drop a comment. Let me know what you think about this particular video. What you think about this strategy, and if you need more details about the strategy, you can actually drop a comment, and I will definitely ensure I connect with every one of you. Thank you so much, guys. See you in my next video.